Zane Allen here, back again and very excited to share with you a new capability built into every Pure Array, Fusion. A truly transformative feature that takes storage management and automation to a new level. So let's get into it. All right, with Fusion by Pure Storage, this again is going to be built into every array. You're going to get a way to non-disruptively federate those arrays in your organization into a fleet, even existing arrays, right? So not just arrays that you buy ahead of time, but all arrays that you may already have on the floor. And once you do, these arrays will communicate with each other peer-to-peer. So no management system, no cloud plane, no nothing on top of this to install. Again, these arrays will federate because it's built right into our code, right? That's how Purity works. You get the upgrade, you get the new features. We integrate this with LDAP so you can get permission across that fleet. And then that makes every array a management endpoint. You can synchronize, configure, and manage the entire fleet, as I'll show here in the demo, to distribute those capabilities, all with a very lightweight management plane. So as we move forward here, we can see in this demo, I got 3 arrays lighted up there. And as I mentioned, this will be the code at the first release here on Flash Array, as I'll show in this demo. So 6.8.1 is GA as of November 2024. And what you're going to see is this new piece, this new menu option on the left that says Fleet, right? That's the Fusion logo. But Fleet Management is what we're going to install. You'll be met with 2 options: create a new fleet, join an existing fleet, some details there. So the first step you'll do is, join a fleet, right? Let's make a fleet to put these arrays in. We'll go ahead and give it a name. Obviously, you want to remember this name. You can have more than one fleet. We're just going to do one here for this demo. But we'll name that fleet that all the arrays will join. Once that join's done, we'll see that new member, right? Fleet members. I'm on Flash Array 1, as you can see at the left. Flash Array 1 is a single member, and it's joined, and that's it, right? Again, no cloud plane. Did that directly on that array. So go to Array Flash Array 2. We'll see we got those same 2 options, but this time we already have a fleet. We want to get this array in there, so we're going to do exactly what you think there. We're going to join a fleet. Just go ahead and punch in that name, Fusion 1. And then we're going to need to do this. This is a one-time operation, but I basically get a fleet key, right, to authorize that attachment, right? So authorization. And we just go ahead and go back to really any array that's in the fleet, in this case, fleet 1. We'll get that fleet key, long string there, copy it, and paste it right into that field. Make sure it gets pasted in there. I simply said join a fleet. And after this operation is done, we'll have now a fleet of 2 arrays, Flash Array 1, Flash Array 2 in this example. See it right there. It actually shows you the local I'm on. If I go back to Array 1, you can give it some time or just do a refresh, and you're going to see Flash Array 1 and 2 are there now, right? So that shows me I'm local on 1 there, shows me I'm local on Array 2 there. Again, they're both management endpoints in that fleet. So we repeat the step for Array 3. I'm going to go ahead and find that fleet name, and I'll paste that key, and we're going to get this error. And I did this on purpose to kind of show that this is a validation that you'll do one time just to make sure that all the arrays are purposely added to that fleet and you have authorization to do so. So all I got to do is generate a new key from, again, any member in that fleet is going to be able to join that third array. So one-time operation, you go through, you join your arrays to a fleet. You never have to do this again. So, not as cumbersome as I'm making it, but, a couple of steps here. Again, once they're all joined, I'm going to have a full-fledged fleet of 3 arrays in this example and ready to do management across any one of them from any one of those arrays, right? Again, every array in this feature makes it a management endpoint. I no longer have to think of arrays individually, and I can manage and provision storage across all those arrays in that fleet from any array in the fleet. So if we go over here and look at storage volumes, if you're used to FlashArray from before, you see that you used to have a local array. Well, now you're going to have this feature called Fleet View. And if we kind of scroll through here, you're going to see, I can see all the different, in this case, volumes across all the flash arrays, no matter the point that I'm on 3, but I can see volumes from FlashArray 1. I can see volumes from FlashArray 2. I can see identities, right? So I can really start thinking about the volumes provisioning. I have this ability to hide certain fleet members if I only want to look at one. Again, I'm on 3 and I want to look at FlashArray 1. Not a problem. I can minimize it to that and see any detail that I need to do, search the content across them. Again, manage that fleet as a whole. And this is really true for any object. So as you can see here, I can do pods. I only saw 1, but when I added 3, I see that there's a pod on 3. I'm on FlashArray 3. I want to make sure I also have a pod on FlashArray 2. I can go ahead and do that right here, hit create, and just like that, the second pod is now on FlashArray 2. If I go to FlashArray 2 and make sure I'm looking at everything, I can see everything there as well, right? So identical management points from, again, any array in that management fleet. I only have to log into one to see objects across all of them. And I can do the same, again, with any object. So these are hosts. So now I can see what hosts are attached to what arrays. And you're not going to be able to attach volumes to hosts that aren't attached to those arrays. So if you do have hosts that are attached to different ones, probably in a fleet, you're going to have kind of some symmetry there. But if you don't, you're only going to be able to do operations that are allowed. So then if I go in here, I got some kind of options. So really easy operation from a volume standpoint. I can do different types of placements. So in this case, I can place volumes by target. I can do them into a pod or volume group. Again, it's going to be attached to that certain array. So it's going to put it on that array. I can go to the host or host group. Again, those hosts or host groups are attached to certain arrays. So it's only going to let me provision it there. So really just giving me the power to decide where I need the resources without really deciding what array or what member of the fleet that it's on, right? I can build this whole fleet, set it up the way I need to, and then have easy to use management, again, from any endpoint in that array. I could do all the same operations I could do with just a single array, right? I can add provision size. I can do bandwidth limits, IOPS limits. I have data protection, so I can add it to the default protection groups. Again, if I have a protection or any protection group for that matter, protection groups by array, I can create multiples of these volumes across them, and really just all the same management I had from a single array, I can now do across that entire fleet that I've built. Those easy steps that I showed up front. So we'll go back to create a single here, rename it. Clear some of those. I'm going to do some simple options here. And just like that, do volume 1. We'll place it on that host group that happens to be on FlashArray 1 and pod 1. Hit create, hit close, and just like that, from just any node I hit in that fleet, I can search, and I can manage that volume as if I was logged directly into the array on which it was forwarded. And those commands are really easy. I want to stress there's no cloud plane here. There's no management piece to inject. We just pushes it over to that array and then does normal purity commands to create those objects. And then just kind of end it off here with protection, right? Not just objects, but even the protection groups. I can go ahead and make those protection groups, again, across the fleet, to be available for those volume creations, for those host group creations. So once I look at all of them, I can make these protection groups and then go in and edit their settings. And now they're available for me when I create those objects in the future. So hopefully, as you can see, really easy to set up, really easy to manage. Once you've joined those members in the fleet, you can really do all the management operations you could do from a single array with, again, not having to think of a single array, and kind of think of my data platform across the board, and not directly as an individual object. This is the first step in Fusion. We'll do some more of these. The next step, we're gonna add a catalog to this, so I can even simplify this a little more and preset workloads with set settings, so that once I choose them from the catalog, it'll give me recommendations on where to place it. So I don't even have to go in and select which array I want from the fleet. I can say, hey, any node in the fleet, I want to create this workload. Where's the best place I should put it? We'll get the recommendation. I can say please and thank you, and Fusion will forward that command and create those objects for me. So next step in further simplifying the management and allocation of storage services in your data center. And that's been it, a first look at Fusion. Now that it's GA, please reach out to us if you have any other questions, you want to learn more. If you want to get this in your fleet, it's an easy upgrade to get this feature. If you need help with that, just reach out. And until next time, thank you for watching.